War Machine star Dennis Quaid teases Alan Ritchson's new sci-fi action movie. Hollywood thrives on collisions of genres, of talent, of unexpected partnerships. And in the ever-expanding landscape of sci-fi and action cinema, few collisions feel as intriguing as the one happening right now between veteran actor Dennis Quaid and breakout action star Alan Ritchson. Quaid, the beloved star of War Machine and countless other films, has recently teased a brand new sci-fi action spectacle featuring Ritchson in the lead role. The mere mention has already set fan communities buzzing, as two generations of Hollywood powerhouses prepare to share the screen in a project that promises big ideas, bigger explosions, and a surprising amount of heart. But what exactly is this mysterious movie? Why is Quaid so excited about Ritchson's involvement? And what might this mean for the future of the sci-fi action genre? Let's break it all down. The perfect casting collision, Quaid meets Ritchson. When Dennis Quaid teases a project, people listen. After all, he's one of the few actors who has comfortably moved between decades, genres, and tones. From The Right Stuff and Inner Space to his recent turn in War Machine, Quaid has always had a knack for finding the humanity within larger-than-life stories. Now he's lending his gravitas to a sci-fi action film that could redefine Ritchson's already meteoric career. Alan Ritchson, best known to mainstream audiences as the towering Jack Reacher in Prime Video's hit Reacher series, has quickly cemented himself as one of Hollywood's most reliable action leads. His imposing physicality, combined with a surprising emotional vulnerability, makes him a unique figure in the action world, a hybrid of old-school muscle and modern complexity. Quaid recently teased the project in an interview, hinting at a story about survival, trust, and technology that gets frighteningly close to where we're headed. While he didn't give away the title or studio behind the film, he praised Ritchson as the real deal, a guy who can throw a punch on screen but also sell you on the stakes of a collapsing universe. That's the kind of endorsement that turns a sci-fi thriller into a must-see event. What we know so far, details remain under wraps, but based on insider chatter and Quaid's sly hints, here's what seems to be shaping up. 1. The setting: the film reportedly takes place in a not-so-distant future where artificial intelligence governs entire colonies across space. Humanity, still fractured from decades of conflict, relies on AI to maintain order. But when the system begins to malfunction, or perhaps evolve beyond its creator's intentions, a small team of soldiers must intervene. 2. Ritchson's role: Ritchson is said to play a former soldier turned reluctant leader, pulled back into duty after AI-controlled defense drones threaten not only human colonies, but also Earth itself. Think of it as a mix between Edge of Tomorrow and Battlestar Galactica, with Ritchson's brooding intensity at the center. 3. Quaid's character: Quaid plays a high-ranking officer with knowledge of the AI's true origins, a man whose loyalty and morality may be more complicated than they seem. His experience in War Machine, where he navigated the blurred lines of leadership and politics, feels like a spiritual precursor to this new role. 4. Tone and style: expect a hybrid of gritty realism and high-concept spectacle. The film is said to balance massive battle sequences with deeply personal stakes, giving audiences both the visceral thrills of sci-fi action and the emotional hooks that keep us invested. Why this team-up matters. At first glance, Dennis Quaid and Alan Ritchson might seem like an odd pairing. One is a Hollywood veteran whose career spans over 4 decades. The other is a modern action powerhouse still riding the crest of his breakout wave. But that generational contrast is exactly what makes this project so exciting. Quaid's gravitas: he brings a weight that anchors the story, giving it credibility. When Quaid plays a commander or strategist, audiences instantly trust him, even if the character has morally gray motivations. Ritchson's physicality: he delivers the kinetic energy needed to sell large-scale action. His fight scenes have a brutality that feels almost primal, while his performances show a surprising vulnerability, qualities that resonate with today's audiences. Together, they represent two poles of action storytelling: the seasoned wisdom of classic cinema and the raw, unfiltered energy of modern action heroes. The sci-fi action resurgence: this project also comes at a fascinating time for the genre. Sci-fi action has been experiencing a renaissance, with streaming services and studios investing heavily in stories that blend futuristic spectacle with real-world themes. Dune Part 2 reminded audiences that cerebral sci-fi could also deliver box office power. The creator tapped into our anxieties about AI while still packing jaw-dropping visuals. Series like The Expanse and Foundation proved that long-form storytelling could thrive in space. Ritchson's involvement signals that the genre is evolving beyond its traditional leads. Instead of banking solely on actors known for their sci-fi pedigree, Hollywood is casting proven action stars with crossover appeal. If Reacher proved Ritchson could carry a grounded, human story, this film could show he's equally capable of anchoring a massive, effects-driven epic. Dennis Quaid's tease, Between the Lines. It's worth noting that Quaid didn't just praise Ritchson's physical performance, he zeroed in on his ability to make audiences care. That's no accident. The best sci-fi action stories, from Aliens to The Matrix, succeed because they combine spectacle with emotional resonance. Quaid teased that the script asks big questions about control and freedom, about what we're willing to hand over to machines, and what that does to the human spirit. Those themes feel ripped from today's headlines about AI regulation, surveillance, and technological dependence. If handled correctly, this film could be both thrilling entertainment and a timely reflection of our world. The Alan Ritchson factor. Alan Ritchson's career arc is fascinating in its own right. Once known mostly for supporting roles in superhero projects Titans, Smallville, he has transformed into one of Hollywood's most bankable leading men. Reacher catapulted him into stardom, not just for his physical presence, but also for his charisma and surprising humor. This new sci-fi film could be his total recall moment, the project that elevates him from streaming sensation to bona fide movie star. Much like Arnold Schwarzenegger's transition from action star to sci-fi icon in the 80s and 90s, Ritchson seems perfectly positioned to cross that threshold. What fans can expect? If the film delivers on Quaid's teases, here's what audiences can look forward to. Epic set pieces, massive space battles, hand-to-hand combat against futuristic drones, and high-stakes infiltrations of AI-controlled facilities. Human drama, a reluctant hero forced to lead, a mentor figure with hidden motives, and a group of characters grappling with trust in an age where trust is nearly impossible. Big ideas, a story that doesn't just thrill, but also provokes thought, asking audiences to consider how far we're willing to let technology govern our lives. Chemistry, the dynamic between Quaid and Ritchson promises sparks, whether they're allies, adversaries, or something in between. Why the hype is real. Sometimes a film feels like it's riding a wave before it even releases. That's the case here. Ritchson is one of the hottest names in action today, and Quaid's endorsement is more than casual, it's strategic. Hollywood insiders know that when a veteran praises a rising star, it signals confidence in both the actor and the project. And with sci-fi action audiences hungrier than ever for bold, original stories, this pairing might just be the foe